I'm all about those large intervals.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Like trying for very, very long to play like weird intervallic stuff with lots of extensions and lots of color, you know, like having kind of that stuff under my fingers and then watching players that are better than me, I find like the sauce is playing simpler stuff sometimes. Like here's the simplest thing, but the most appropriate thing to play here. Like I had the knowledge to pick the right thing to play at this moment type of line.
Yeah.
So like I've been trying to get some more triadic vocabulary back into my playing. It's a bit more complicated than I've thought because it's kind of hard to play triad shapes on guitar and have them sound cool in a guitar playing kind of way. Like it's hard to play like and have it sound
right,
like the timbre of the notes. How do you play like simpler arpeggios and have them fit in with the more angular stuff?
Right.
You're right, like... Let me just say what that was. It was just like D minor. But then it's like the triad.
Yeah.
But then, right, you're doing a finger roll thing.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to do that? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not.
And I find like a lot of that sort of simpler triad of vocabulary, you're gonna end up having to play a lot of fourths, and fourths suck to play on guitar.
If I try to play fourths, I end up just doing that rolling thing over and over. But you've been really into fourths. Like
I fucking love fourths.
it's great. It gives it like a non-guitar sound.
Yeah. Yeah, fourths are really cool. It's such a distinct sound. It's one of those sounds that no matter how in the world of jazz you are, when someone plays it, you know exactly that they're doing something with fourths. Right.
Show me that real quick.
I don't know. I just did like a sus chord. I'm still thinking D minor stuff. Fuck. There's a lot of different patterns you can use to get into fourths. A lot of the stuff is kind of made easier by pentatonics. Because if you want to play stuff in fourths and have it make sense and not be too angular, you can decide to do a minor third you can decide to do a major third instead of a fourth, depending on what pentatonic scale you're using.
Right.
So if we just do stuff in A minor just for a second, and I want to do stuff in fourths. Right, there's a minor third here. Sorry, a major third. Another one. So that stuff is kind of safe. So if you're doing like if you're harmonizing something in fourths, unless you're trying to be extremely weird, which you can, sometimes playing a major third, depending on what pentatonic scale you're using at the moment, might be the more politically correct choice.
I feel that should apply in general to like not all, but like when you're writing solos and stuff. If you have like an idea, like maybe, I'm going to play all fourths, but then a fourth doesn't sound right, you should change it.
Yeah, but so that fourth that doesn't sound right will be a major third depending on the pentatonics that you're using.
Yeah.
You always have to kind of influence the harmonizing that you're doing from the chord that you're on, more or less, or at least the scale, because there is a lot of stuff that is a bit less appropriate, right? Like if you start harmonizing the whole scale in fourths, right?
Yeah.
Right, you're gonna get these tritones, right? So all fourths.
Yeah.
So you can pick and choose where you add tension, right? Like if I'm playing stuff and I'm kind of deciding to play chords in all fourths.
Yeah.
If I can play one with a tritone and then it'll have a lot of tension.
Right. Which I would like to say that I love the sound of playing chords and then doing like the fourths thing.
So cool.
I kind of overuse it sometimes, but
I'm there with you. It's
it
very
sounds
cool.
cool.
You gotta even like voice through changes with force, like right.
Okay, yeah. Jazz.
Yeah. Oops. That's the one. But yeah, no, fourths are really cool. But what we were talking about like pentatonics and fourths and how to play them. There's a lot of finger rolling, obviously, and then there's a lot of these two, your middle and ring and pinky having to do a lot of work. And that's kind of like an awkward guitar thing, like especially ring and pinky, like doing like that sort of.
When you're doing the fourth stuff with your right hand, I tend to do 2 downstrokes to a hybrid pick.
Yeah, me too.
But are you like doing small sweeps? Because I kind of tend not to.
I'm
like,
never doing what Giuseppe does with the 2 hybrid picking thing.
Yeah.
It's always just middle finger for me. It's always just like. By small sweeps, you just mean like the difference between and, or are you saying something else?
Yeah. So like, are you with your pick? Maybe not consciously, but are you sweeping through it like smoothly, or is it 2 distinct?
Yeah, I'd say it kind of morphs into a sweep. I'm not really thinking about it though. It's definitely on a spectrum because, like, yes, at that speed, right, I'm thinking of there's the pick motion, right? But when I speed that up,
yeah, you're right. I do the same thing. But what I also notice is that at slower speeds than I would down pick, my up picks, if I'm doing that, are sweeps. Just because I find it awkward to go up, up.
What do you mean?
If I'm going back down to like...
You mean those are sweeps?
The 2 note, I do hybrid pick and then up, up.
Yeah, me too. I'm not really thinking about it though. I feel like my technique kind of works out that like through different tempos and subdivisions, I will kind of adapt.
Okay, because when I do it, mine are actually like individual picks. I don't know. For some reason, this wasn't like a conscious thing, but like I've just noticed that if I'm doing down, down, pick, it's like it is too small. It's not I'm not just going down like I would with a sweep.
Is there a benefit to that, do you think? Like, or is there a point where you will switch to sweeping?
If it goes fast enough, yeah. Then I will switch to sweeping. But what I'd noticed is that there is a benefit in that it has that super punchy sound.
Yeah, that is the downside to economy picking or any sort of sweeping, is that you lose attack. Amazing and terrific guy Rick Graham talks a lot about that stuff and that negative about economy picking and how he just doesn't do that and how he economy picks with power because he's crazy and sick. His whole thing is that he wants economy picking to sound exactly like alternate picking.
Yeah, I love the sound of alternate picking. I don't really ever do it.
Me neither.
But I think the sound, I love that punchiness of it.
Not that I can do it, but the way he does economy picking, Rick Graham, is that he will have that attack in the sort of sweepy bits of his playing. Like, like all individually accented, even though.
Yeah.
Like same sound between
crazy.
both, but like
yeah,
he's crazy. Obviously, I've
been trying to get like a decent attack with the legato-ish stuff by just like hammering on hard, right? Like it's kind of difficult. like I'll have to definitely do a few takes of it to get it clean.
What I've noticed that might help you there is that it's less about getting everything strong and more about getting everything even.
Yeah.
Because like your picking and your hybrid picking, your hybrid picked note rather, will be louder than your hammer-on and pulled-up notes, obviously.
For sure.
But then being in control of all of that dynamically together is what is cool. Because, for example, if you do like... have that be sort of an even thing. Like pick softer and pluck softer to make up for...
Right.
Also, palm muted legato helps.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff will help you kind of dial in that sort of stuff. But it's more about like an evenness than an attack.
Yeah, but I mean, there still is something that you can't get without hitting hard.
Yeah, absolutely. But in the same way that on bass playing, getting that clank isn't about hitting hard; it's about hitting in the right way.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't say to just hit as hard as you can.
Yeah.
That's your legato technique.
My legato technique, super tense all the time. Thank you for watching this video of Josh and I talking about guitar stuff. We're going to be splitting up these little clips between both of our channels. So make sure to subscribe to his channel as well as mine. And yeah, see ya.